Do you feel stuck right now? Have you ever noticed that where you're just like, oh, I can't seem to get momentum. I can't seem to get this ball rolling. I'm stuck. There's no movement. I'm kind of just in this place where no matter what I do, no matter what I try, I'm just here. What's up, Unbroken Nation? Hope that you're having an amazing day wherever you are in the world today. Here's what happens all the time. I get messages, people DM me on social over at Michael Unbroken. They'll send me emails and they'll be like, I'm stuck. What do I do? And so I'm going to give you something really practical today for how you get unstuck. Recently, someone emailed me and they're like, how do I write a book? And I want to be very clear. I am not being crass in what I'm about to say. When I replied with this: sit the fuck down and write the book. Like, the truth is, you're stuck because you've allowed yourself to be stuck through the indecisions of your life that have led you where you are. Now, look, being stuck, I get it. Trust me, I've been there. You don't get to 350 pounds, 2 packs a day, drinking yourself to sleep because you have momentum, right? And I was stuck for so long because I kept waiting for that next thing to happen that might shift me, that like might get the boulder rolling down the hill. And what I came to discover was there was really nothing in my life that was happening that was going to help propel me forward into where I needed to go. And so when you're in your place right now of stuckness, I want you to ask yourself this question: what am I doing to create momentum in my life? What am I doing to create momentum in my life? Because you see, so often we sit and we wait and we wait and we wait. This is that no Disney moment concept that you guys always hear me talk about. And what I want you to think about and take into consideration here is, where are you today? And be brutally honest with yourself. Because here's what's really funny about life: where you are today is because of the decisions that you've made. Where you can be tomorrow will also be because of the decisions that you make. And so, this place of stuckness, what I want you to carry from this is this idea that I'm here for a reason. People always go, I must be stuck for a reason. Yeah, you are, because you're not doing anything to go forward. See, momentum starts with one singular step. Momentum starts with one little choice, one decision today, right now, in this moment, that changes everything. Momentum is not smoking that cigarette right now. I dare wait 2 hours. I promise you, this is going to sound insane. Waiting 2 hours, that's momentum. I'm not going to eat this cheeseburger today. Maybe tomorrow. That starts momentum. I'm going to show up for therapy today. Momentum. You see, what you have to do is think about your goal. What is it that you want to do with your life? What is the thing that you are driven to do, to accomplish, to complete, to build on, to make a part of your story and your legacy? When you identify that first, because again, you've heard me say this a million times, with massive clarity, you can create direction. When you create massive clarity around the thing that you want and you reverse it, basically reverse engineer. I talk about this in Think Unbroken, Understanding and Overcoming Childhood Trauma, the book that I first wrote. When you understand that, you reverse engineer your goals to the easiest first step. That is the process to begin creating momentum to remove yourself from stuckness. You see, there's going to be a lot of iterations in this process from where you are to where you want to go, because the thing that you think you need to do today may not actually be the thing that's going to get you across the finish line. The thing that you need to do today, however, is the easiest thing that you can actually do. Because there's a big difference between doing things and thinking about things. There's a huge difference between ideas and actions. If you're sitting here and you're like, oh, I think I need to do this thing, nothing about your life is going to be different. You will never create momentum. But if you think this is the thing I need to do, and then you go and do it, then you start to create momentum. And sometimes momentum begins in the most minuscule and minute of ways you would never even think. See, people are always thinking and stuck in this caught up idea that the only way they're ever going to have success in life is to do all the things at one time, and suddenly their life is going to be what they thought it was going to be. That is not how this works. I promise you it's not. Like, think about this. Some of you are listening to Think Unbroken podcast. This might be your first time ever. I've been doing this for years, right? Some of you who know my story know that I'm over 11 years into the journey. Some of you who are listening, who I know are coaching clients, who have taken programs, who have read the books, who have gone and signed up for the 6-week coaching, which you can go to coaching.thinkunbroken.com to learn more about that. I know that many of you have taken these coaching programs. It's a day by day by day process. That 6-week program specifically, my goal here, I'm going to tell you exactly what this looks like. My goal when I sat down to create the 6-week coaching program was I wanted you to have the baseline fundamental tools in depth based on the book, Think Unbroken, Understanding and Overcoming Childhood Trauma. And I wanted you to be able to create momentum in your life by taking this course every single day in bite-sized chunks. So some of the days of that course are 10 minutes, some are 45 minutes. It really just depends on the content that I'm teaching. Because here's the reality. If I gave you the entire course, which is hours and hours and hours, it's like days, it's almost like a week of content. If I gave you all that stuff at one time, you would never be able to do anything with it. And people get stuck when they're given everything at once. If I gave you everything and I was like, here it is, good luck, you would still be stuck because you don't know where to begin. The process of getting unstuck starts simply with first identifying the goal. Like I said during the 6-week coaching program, I want to give you the baseline fundamentals in depth over the course of 6 weeks to help you create momentum to create change in your life. That was the goal. So I reverse engineered that and I said, okay, well, what's the most simplified way to do that? Deliver content to people on a daily basis on an app on their phone because they already have their phone in their damn hand anyway, and teach them the processes of the Think Unbroken curriculum daily until they start to build momentum while simultaneously giving them exercises and gamifying it so you get points as you go so that you want to show up tomorrow to continue to do it through creating habit. That's how clear you have to be. So when you go to coaching.thinkunbroken.com and you look at that program, that's how clear you're going to see it laid out. Because I knew the way that I learn, so I base this off experience. The way that I learn, there's a 0% chance that you can give me everything at once and I'll be successful. 0. Just is not going to happen. And I found that to be true with all of the clients I've coached over the years. And that's why even one-on-one coaching is this process. It's not one session. Could it be? Sure. But it'd be like 48 hours and you'd be exhausted and I couldn't do it. So when you're in this place of stuckness, think about the one singular thing that you can do right now, today, in this moment, literally right now, to start progressing forward. Don't think about it, act on it. You already know what to do. Now comes execution because look, without execution, you're not going to be able to move forward. Without execution, you're not going to be able to go to what's next. Without execution, you're going to be trapped here in this place where you are, and you're going to look back on 25 years and you're going to be like, man, I've been stuck for 25 fucking years. I get it, right? When you look at the impact of trauma, we've never been given the ability to move forward because what happens is that we have this thought process that we don't deserve it. We have a thought process that we don't deserve it. That's just not true. And that's negative embedment from those who raised us, our community and our peers who said you don't. And that's bullshit. It's not true. You do deserve it, but you have to put in the work. You have to create the action. You have to build momentum. And the only way that you build momentum is by showing up day in and day out over and over and over and over again until you reach the goal that you're seeking. When you reach the goal that you're seeking, then what will happen is really phenomenal. You'll recognize that you are actually shooting yourself too short and that the goal you're going to make next time needs to be 10 times bigger. And so if you're stuck today, think about momentum. One of the greatest things that you could do, one of the greatest things I've ever built for Think Unbroken was the coaching program that's built over 6 weeks to help you create momentum, to help you get unstuck. So check out coaching.thinkunbroken.com if that's something that you're interested in doing because you're stuck and you want to move forward, because the tools are there. Otherwise, what I just laid out for you is literally the way that you do it. You make a decision. So coming back to the email, this person emailed me, how do I write a book? You sit down and you write a book. You make a decision. You do the thing that you know you need to do, and you start with one sentence, one word, one paragraph. It turns into a page. It turns into a chapter. It turns into a book. It turns into a series. It turns into whatever is next. But if you're not willing to give yourself permission to be successful, then unfortunately, my friend, I hate to break it to you, you never will. Unbroken Nation, I hope that you enjoyed this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Please like, subscribe, comment, share, tell a friend. And until next time, my friends, be unbroken. I'll see ya.